Girbeagly!
Hey there guys and gals, it's Girbeagly with another episode of Gaming with Girbeagly, and I'm once again playing another random browser game. This is What Would You Do If, and it's found over on whatwouldyoudouif.se. I actually saw Jacksepticeye playing this game, and it looked really interesting to me due to the fact that it has a very similar formula to the Would You Rather game that I used to play on the channel. And for those of you guys who remember that series, you know why I liked it. It's because I got to talk about my opinion forever. I got to just ramble and ramble, and you guys had to be stuck listening to me, and that's exactly what this game is, except this time there's actually 3 options per question, which is really cool because that gives me more of an opportunity to just ramble and explain my logic between every answer. But I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna start here. I think this is randomly generated questions, which is pretty cool, so let's go ahead and see what this is all about. What would you do if you woke up in opposite sex? I don't know if would that mean like me waking up as the opposite sex? I would wake up as a woman? I think that's what it is based on these answers here. Tell your friends, take nudes of yourself, or masturbate. Oh man, okay, well, ah, God, I would definitely check myself out. I would definitely like strip in front of a mirror and be like, hey, what's the new hardware that I'm working with here? But I think I would probably tell my friends first, just so that it wasn't like a huge shock when they talk to me. I mean, I'm already halfway there. I do the girl voices in my videos, and I have no problem with the gender-bent fan art that's sent to me, so I think I would tell my friends. The other ones would maybe come down the line, but I think the first thing that I would do would be tell all of my friends about it. Okay, so it looks like 29% of people would tell their friends, 55% of people would masturbate. They would just do the deed immediately. They'd just be like, yeah, I gotta pull the trigger. Might as well do it right away, so you know what, more power to them. What would you do if you got invited to a Hollywood party with almost every celebrity you can think of? Don't go, I don't care about celebrities. Go there for party and conversation, or go there only to get loads of likes. What do you mean loads of likes? So I could take like Instagram photos with a celebrity and be like, hey, me and friggin' Steve Buscemi are hanging out. Give me some likes on my Instagram. I guess that's what you would do, but I think I would probably go just to like talk to some of those people, to find out like how grounded some of them are, because that's like a big thing that's very different than YouTube. You know, on YouTube, some of us are internet celebrities. I hate using that word because everyone on YouTube is just a regular person who happens to have, you know, some homegrown camcorder setup, maybe some video games, maybe some vlogging, whatever it may be that they do on their channel, and it's very organic, and there's a direct connection to our audience. We get to talk to you guys as much as we like to do. But with Hollywood, you don't have that. You know, you have to go through people's agents, you have to go through people's managers, you have to sometimes not even have an opportunity to talk to them. And yeah, sure, some Hollywood celebs have like Twitter and stuff like that, but I think it would be a lot cooler to like talk to them in a relaxed environment and sort of pick their brains a bit. So I'd go there for party and conversation. Looks like 62% of people agree with me. The second one is don't go, I don't care about celebrities, which would probably be my next pick, because like I don't really care that much about celebrities. But we have, what would you do if you suddenly got superpowers? Damn, that sounds badass. Also, I don't know if these questions are user submitted or not, or if they're all generated from the team behind this game, but you know, it would be pretty cool if some of these are user submitted. This one is fight crime, commit crime, or personal use. Well, that's a weird one, because superpowers already don't exist, but if I suddenly had them, would that mean I was the only person with superpowers? And would I be making a huge difference by going out and fighting crime? Or would I get by just sort of using them for personal use and not alerting the government to the existence of my superpowers so that they don't, like, try to take me away and do experiments on me or something creepy like that? I probably wouldn't commit crime, although that does sound pretty fun. I think I would probably lay low with them. I wouldn't want to, like, showboat with them. I would use them for personal use. If I happened to be in the area of a crime and it was like going down somewhere where I could get to it easily enough to prevent it, sure, why not? I would go stop that crime, but I would probably do that just as a regular citizen as well. So I'm going to go ahead and say personal use. And most people would be greedy enough just just like me, selfish enough to just use their superpowers for personal use. It looks like 25% of people would fight crime, and then 6% of people would be nasty, nasty bad guys. What would you do if you could choose a superpower? Oh, wow, okay. Well, all these superpower-based ones are pretty cool, which is awesome to me just due to the fact that I grew up reading, like, Marvel comic books, so superpowers are near and dear to my heart in a lot of ways. But I could get the ability to fly, but you can't use your arms. Would that be, like, anytime I couldn't use my arms, or only when I'm flying? Like, I couldn't, like, flap like a bird while I was flying, which would be hilarious, let's all be honest there. Super strength, but you can't run? Oh, weird. So I'd just be like a plodding tank. Invincibility along with nosebleed while you do it. So would the blood be invisible as well? Like, would people be able to see the blood, or is that supposed to be invincibility? It looks like that's misspelled if it's invincibility. Because, like, if I was invincible and my nose was bleeding, I wouldn't have to worry about, like, brain damage or anything like that happening because of me activating my power. So I wouldn't be too worried about that. But if it's invisibility, would I be, like, walking around, but I'd be leaving a trail of, like, blood drops where people could potentially find me? I don't know about that one. I wouldn't want that one anyway. It sounds dumb. I'd probably do the ability to fly, but you can't use your arms. Even if that's permanent, there's other ways around that, I suppose. Although, oh god, that kind of sucks. You know what? I don't do a lot of running besides when I go to the gym anyway, and if I'm already super buff from being super strong, I'm gonna go ahead and do that one. That one sounds like the least inconvenient one. So we're gonna go with the middle one, and it looks like most people would like the invisibility, invincibility, whatever that's supposed to be with the nosebleed, and then the second most want to have that super strength like me. So yeah, I don't know, that was a weird one. What would you do if you realized you were naked on the street? Like, what, I drank too much the night before and I just had such a bad hangover, I was still drunk when I got up and I didn't realize I wandered out of the apartment totally nude and everyone could see me in all of my glory on the street. Run home, go to a store, or find clothes in the garbage. What the fuck? Who's like, oh shit, I'm naked, I'm gonna go root through a trash can, try to find like a brown paper bag or something to cover my dick. That seems like a weird option. I mean, I guess that would be the best thing if there was like convenient trash right there. Just wrap something up around your waist so that you're at least semi-decent. I wouldn't go to a store. I feel like I'd just get arrested immediately. That sounds like a bad idea. I'd probably run home. Depending on how far away I was, I'd probably just be like, yo, I'm heading home real quick, because who's gonna try to stop the crazy looking naked guy running through the streets? You know what I'm saying? They would just let me get back to my apartment. I could throw on some clothes and then probably see myself on, like, I don't know, the 7 o'clock news or something. So I'm gonna run home. It looks like most people would do that as well. 19% of people would go to a store. What, you just walk around, your parts dangling out everywhere? You're just like, yes, I would like a tall mochaccino latte, please. That's great, yeah. Scar some kid for life, possibly get arrested for that as well. Good God. What would you do if you found a naked person in your bed? God, all the nudity questions. It's been superpowers and nudity this entire damn time. Jump right in with him, her. That sounds bad. Scream and call 911, or ask if he/she would like a cup of coffee. Oh man, some of these answers sound like incredibly illogical and irrational, but I guess that's what makes it difficult to choose. I'd probably not jump in with him or her, because who knows, you know, they could have a disease, they could be a zombie, they could be some insane person who escaped and isn't supposed to be there. They could have been me from the previous question after running back and I climbed into the wrong, you know, window or went in the wrong door in my apartment complex. I mean, you don't want that. You don't want this up in your bed and to jump next to him. But scream and call 911. I wouldn't scream at them. I might still call 911 because I'd be like, yo, you're naked, maybe you should leave. But you know what? I'm a pretty rational person for the most part. I think I would probably ask them for a cup of coffee, or ask if they'd like a cup of coffee. And then while we're drinking our coffee or waiting for the coffee to be prepared, I could be like, so, what the fuck are you doing in my apartment? I'd be able to piece together their story, maybe lend them some clothes and bus fare, let them get the hell out of my life forever. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna do that one. Seems like most people would do the coffee route. And then barely, just by 1% margin, margin. People would jump right on in there, cozy on up with a random naked person because, you know, getting an STD randomly, that's not a bad thing, I guess. I don't know. What would you do if you were gifted immortality? Damn. That's hardcore. Watch the world die. Good God, that's morbid. Make money on long-term investments or fight crime forever. Man, with the crime fighting, once again, this ties back into like superpowers and stuff like that. People have some sort of complex with that. If I was suddenly immortal, God, the first thing I would really want to do would be like read all the books, watch all the TV shows and like movies that I've missed over the years. Like I would just like amass everything that I had wanted to do and be able to do it all. I'd get to play like all the video games that I've missed and stuff like that. But I'd probably make money on long-term investments because that way, you know, I wouldn't have to be like an immortal drifter who's just like a hobo who happens to walk around and like not have anything to do. Granted, I'm not really huge into material possessions, but it is always good to have a little bit of pocket change. It would allow me to like travel and see the whole world and do all sorts of cool things for the entirety of my lifetime. And then eventually I would have to watch the world die because, you know, at some point, you know, we're gonna implode or explode or something bad's going to happen to the planet. So that would be eventually, but yeah, I think I would probably just make that money with those long-term investments. It looks like some people, though, really want to use that as a power fantasy and go fight crime forever. More power to you guys for not being selfish like me. Let's move on to the next one. What would you do if you got stuck in the sewers? Why? Wait for 3 months until help comes. Try to swim out in all the dirty water. Lick peanut butter off a hobo's foot to be free? What in the fucking fuck is that answer from? That one came out of left field completely. To be free. It's not like, I mean, if I'm in the sewers, like, at some point I'm gonna come across like a manhole or something and be able to get out. It's not like I'm just stuck down there forever. Try to swim out in all the dirty water. Ugh. I mean, I definitely don't want to lick peanut butter off of a hobo's foot. That doesn't sound like my idea of a good time. Once again, there's the whole concern about getting a disease or something like that. I mean, I know not all hobos are going to be dirty people, but at the same time, if he's living down in the sewer, yeah, probably not the most hygienic thing in the world. Waiting 3 months until help comes, what guarantees that I'm going to be able to survive in a sewer for 3 months? I mean, am I catching like weird mutated sewer fish down there? I'm spear fishing with like a piece of glass I found and like, ooh, a fish, there's a big one. It's only got 3 eyes, so it's kind of normal. Yum, yum, yum. No, that's not going to happen for me. I would probably try to swim out in all the dirty water. I mean, at the very least, yeah, sure, I just said the whole disease thing, but poop and pee on me for a little bit is probably not going to be quite as bad as me ingesting someone else's like foot shit. Once again, if he's walking around in the sewer barefoot, he's probably picked up all sorts of nasty crap that's then going into my body. I don't want any of that, so I'm gonna do the dirty water swimming. Looks like most people will try to make a break for it, like me, trying to escape, get out of there as fast as possible, find some help, and hopefully get a nice warm bath after that. Good God, would we need a soak. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end this episode here. This was actually a lot of fun. Went a lot quicker than I thought it was going to, just due to the fact that some of the answers are really, really ridiculous. The scenarios that this puts you in are definitely a lot stranger than the ones in Would You Rather, which seems to be more grounded in reality most of the time, and that makes it a little bit more difficult for me to choose, whereas this one, you know what, for the most part, it was pretty easy for me to figure out what I wanted to do in each scenario. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this a lot and you want to see me do more of it, please feel free to leave a like on the video and also comment down below letting me know if you did enjoy this, because I definitely did. I'd love to do more if you guys enjoyed it. But that's going to be it for this video, guys. I hope that you did enjoy it. If you did, please be sure to hit the like button, share the video and favorite it. Also be sure to subscribe to me if you guys haven't already. For those of you who have, thank you so much for all of your support. You guys are the best in the world. I love every single one of you, and as always, it was great seeing ya. Bye-bye.
Girbeagly.